Hamas and company want an Islamic theocratic state. Hamas opposes Israel, not for the reasons the virtue signalers want people, and the anti-Israeli Jew haters want people to think. It is not because of land, oppression, apartheid, occupation, colonialism, or any of the other fabricated reasons used to justify the slaughter and genocide Hamas seeks. It is because the majority population of Israel are Jews, and in the eyes of Hamas and company and their many supporters, Jews cannot rule any lands, no matter how small. If Israel consisted of only 100 acres or 100 hectares, they would be killing Jews for even that small piece of land. The long history of Arab and Turkish colonialism, occupation, slavery, imperialism, which continues to this day, is conveniently ignored to delegitimize Israel, the only small Jewish majority state in the world and in a region that crushes religious and ethnic minorities to this very day. Most people in the world live on lands that were conquered, stolen, colonized at some point in their history, with no effort anywhere to drive out the ancestors of those that did the colonizing. Except when it comes to Israel, the only country in the world where Jews have always lived on the land and have re-established their nation again that was conquered, occupied, and colonized before finally being liberated, once again, liberated this time from British and Arab colonialism in 1948. Far more Jews were driven out from Arab and Muslim majority lands than the Arabs, now called Palestinian, that fled from Israel in 1948 when Israel was attacked by Arab armies on all sides and from Arab militias inside of Israel. The Nakba of the Jews is not talked about because the only narrative they want is one of victimhood to justify their lust for murdering Jews. Most Israelis are the Jews and their descendants from the Middle East and Africa, where they were persecuted, oppressed, and ethnically cleansed. Iranians know the difference between murder and casualties of war and do not try to conflate the two. Unlike Hamas supporters, Hamas uses civilians and children as human shields to hide behind and beneath and from which to wage war and terror. Hamas supporters make sure Hamas is held blameless and that all civilian and child casualties are blamed on Israel, so that Hamas can continue sacrificing Gazan children and civilians in complete violation of all rules of war. Iranian people want Iranian mullahs, their lackeys, and the brutal Iranian regime, and the Hamas, Houthis, and Hezbollah terrorists that the regime imports to stop firing on unarmed Iranian protesters, which is in complete violation of all rules of war. Hamas supporters complain about civilian casualties in Gaza, but want the killing and war to continue, uncaring that Hamas uses children as human shields. Hamas supporters do not protest the killing of protesting Iranian civilians by the brutal Iranian regime. They could care less about children and civilian casualties unless it is an opportunity to demonize Israel. This is why they are silent about the slaughter taking place right now in Iran, and why they are silent about and have been silent and continue to be silent about the ongoing slaughters and genocide in Yemen, Somalia, Congo region, Darfur, Sudan, Mozambique, North Nigeria, Myanmar, Syria, and in many more places. Concern for children, concern about genocide, has everything to do for them about who they can blame and demonize, and has nothing to do about real concern for children and genocide itself.